Hey everybody, this is Street Monk. Let's see. Today I want to talk about a couple of deities or gods of the old days, time of the Canaanites back in Israel, which would have been about 1500 before Christ, 2,000 years. But I want to bring you up to date on how the gods of the uh, pagan gods in that time, the Canaanite times, year 1500 before Christ, 2000, through the Levant area. If you guys remember your scriptures, Abraham wandered through that whole area. It's all like all the Arab nations, the Middle East, as well. I guess we'll call them today. But anyway, those gods exist today. Even though we're 4,000 years, later, these gods exist today, and I'll tell you how. Now you have the god of, or the deity of Baal. He's a demonic character. I'll put him up in the thumbnail. And this is the Canaanite god of fertility. And we experience them today, more than 2,000 years later, in the Vatican. We found out that we had a lot of sexual orgies at the Vatican through the office of, one office that was run by Cardinal Coco Palomero, and his secretary was bringing in all sorts of weird stuff, doing weird stuff, sexual orgies. Of course, we know the Vatican contains a lot of homosexual leaders up there, so we have a lot of that going on over there. So it's that god Baal is a god of fertility back in those days, but we've taken upon ourselves today as a god of homosexuality, sexual orgies, and stuff like that, all the nasty stuff. So, we also had another god of the past around the same time. He's named Moloch, or Molech. This one is been known for its sacrificing of children. According to some of the information I got, it's like a bronze statue, huge thing, and they would bring in children, usually firstborns, and sacrifice them up to their god. They would burn them to a crisp or boil them. That was the religion of the past of the Canaanites, but we still see that today, the destruction of children. The time of Jesus, you had, when Jesus was a child, he had to run towards Egypt and had to leave to Egypt because they were sacrificing children and killing children. Now, today's version would be more of that Planned Parenthood, in which we are destroying, children, all the way as far back as in the womb. And even they're trying to kill the children after they're born. So that's the god of Moloch in our days. 4,000 years later or so. And so that's a sacrificing the children. So the past is not really the past, it's spirit. I mean, this Canaanite times could be just, in spirit, could be just like yesterday. Those gods still exist, as deities exist, and they're found today. And a lot of people worship them even without knowing, but they're evil. And we have to discover our enemies and pray, and that we do discover these deities out here, these demonic deities infiltrating our church and our way of life. So keep your prayers going, all of you out there, and just keep praying that our nation heals. We're going through rough times right now. Our church, pray that our church heals, because we have a lot of bad leadership right now. But we're doing everything. A lot of us are trying to do everything in prayer and action to better our lives, not only for ourselves, but for our nation and for our faith. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to inform you on how these evil ones are existing today, but in slightly different form. But they are here, and let's pray them out. Take care. Let's be back. Adios.